right. Okay. All right. It's a new week. We have nothing that we're trying to qualify for, which makes me very happy to say. I won't lie, probably happier than it should. Should probably tell you a lot about how bad I am at Magic. I am excited to be back with a new week of streaming. Tonight we're playing something a little different, and by different, I mean something that I saw on YouTube the other day. This is Rakdos Scourge of the Skyclaves Burn. It's literally just Rakdos Burn, but instead of the extra burn spells, we're just playing Scourge of the Skyclaves, and I'm pretty interested to try it and see what it likes. We also get Luris out of the sideboard, and we really just get. We're kind of trading, like trading black for white. We lose some things, but we gain some things. We don't have Rest in Peace to deal with sideboards, losing white. Instead of Path, we get Fatal Push, which is notably worse against Auriok Champion, but I think that's the only time it's really bad. And Collective Brutality is actually a really good mirror breaker. So it really helps in the burn mirror to help like set everything up. And I like the idea of Luris being able to buy back our spells and being able to replay other things. So I'm pretty excited. We're just going to go ahead and jump in here. There's no fast lands because we really want to be dealing ourselves damage so that we can get Scourge on the field as fast as possible. So we're going to go ahead and jump in and see what happens. Modern League, 100 points. I'm excited to see how the deck does. Um, First time I played the deck, it looks pretty sweet. Could be terrible. Playing Scourge instead of an extra burn spell in that spot could just be really bad. Alright, obviously it's going to take a minute to find a match here. Oh, just kidding. I immediately take that back. I found one pretty quick. Alright, we're on the draw here. Hi, and good luck. This hand's pretty good. We have Scourge, Eidolon, and a bunch of burn spells and a couple lands, so we'll keep this. Okay, that's probably not a great start for us. We're gonna fetch and shock here, and suspend Riftbolt, and say go. Hopefully we don't die here. So they can let that come in tapped if they want to. Play an Explorer. Yep. Play Caverner Souls. Okay. They don't really have an explosive draw here, or they're about to have an explosive draw. I'm not really sure. Um, we're just gonna bolt them here. Go upstairs. I don't think we really want to play our Eidolon here. I don't really see a reason to play our Eidolon, so we're just gonna shock and play Scourge here. Scourge can actually get up to primetime range, so it actually doesn't seem bad here. If we draw a shock land or a fetch land here, that would be pretty sweet because it would allow us to shock and just kind of triple bolt them. I think it's actually just lethal if we have that, so, or maybe it's not. I haven't really counted. We're gonna bolt them, get in for 6, and suspend Riftbolt. We have lethal in our hand. Hopefully we don't die this turn. I think our opponent needed to draw a bounce land here to be able to go off. Okay, so they do have a bounce land. Summoner's Pact, play prime time. They can attack here if they want to. They can attack us for 8. So go to 10. We still got a 6/6. Um, we're gonna hit prime time here. And then I wasn't really paying attention. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if they have a bounce land in their hand. We're actually just gonna go ahead and bolt this here and then attack for 6. And then they're forced to pay for the Summoner's Pact. And I don't really know how they get out of this from here. Another bounce land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't really do them much. Yeah, I think we got the first one here. Scourge being able to put on a lot of pressure was actually really good game 1. Okay. Can bring in the Skull Cracks. I don't think we really want Brutality. Push doesn't really do anything. This is a matchup, notably, where having white over black is really good. And we just want to cut Eidolons on the draw, I guess. This helps Fatal Push we can Fatal Push yeah, we'll bring out Fatal Push over an Eidolon here just because it can push the Dryad, the 3-drop, the Dryad of the Elysian Grove, which seems really good. Um, we'll see what happens. Skullcrack's just kind of a hedge here, like, being able to stop them from gaining life is really good because we have to do all the damage ourselves to really get Scourge online. Luris probably won't be a super prominent factor in our match here. I think we'll keep this. Our hand's not great, but I think it allows for a couple of good draw steps, and I think it lets us kill an Azusa if we need to. So plus our opponent's on 6, which doesn't really make me feel any better, but Bump of the Night's not exactly what we needed to see there. Bump of the Night, say go. It's tough to do it with just burn spells when you're playing it. Yeah, because that right there. Our Boreal Grazer. Put Sunhome into play. I think we'll go ahead and run out our spells here, and then we can hold up Skullcrack kind of the rest of the way. We can Bump in the Night, and then Skullcrack, and then have Skewer. Their hands have been really awkward. I don't know if our opponent's drawing really badly, or if our opponent has just not... If they're drawing really badly, or if our opponent just doesn't really know how to play their deck. So... we're going to play Bump of the Night and say go here. We get to hold up Skullcrack, or we get to draw a card. Kind of whatever we're feeling. Our opponent's going to say go. We're going to take this opportunity to draw a card here. Rift Bolt's a good one. Nope, not Skewer. Suspend Rift Bolt. Play our Scalding Tarn, say go. This kind of leaves us in the best spot because they have to kill us this turn to not lose right here. It's like, which they can do all, like, they can play all the prime times they want, but it doesn't matter if they don't. Without Amulet of Vigor, it's not relevant. They can Vesuva copy Radiant Fountain if they want to, but it's not going to be enough because we have Skullcrack. Our opponent not doing anything super ramp-like. They did copy Radiant Fountain. We're going to Skullcrack here in response. We're going to Fetch Shock. There's no danger of us losing this turn. Put him to 7, and then we have 9 points because we have 6 in our hand, 1 off the Rift Bolt, and 3 off the Rift Bolts that's suspended. So, thanks for playing. Too bad, so sad, opponent. Rift Bolt. Skewer. Oh, I was like, what? I was like, man. Alright. Good win over Amulet Titan, and by good win, I mean our opponent didn't really do anything. So, kind of worked out for us to have everything set up that way. Good way to start our league tonight. We're on the draw again here. Good luck, opponent. Select Lurus. So our opponent mulligans. Man, this hand's really bad if we don't draw a black land. We're on the draw. We're going for it. Probably shouldn't, but I'm excited to see what happens here. There's 9 or 10 fetch lands in our deck. So our opponent mulligans to 3 more than likely means they're playing Dredge or Tron, if I had to guess. Hey, thanks for the bits. I appreciate it, baby. Yeah, go. Our opponent keeps on 3. Tron, yep. That's not the draw we were looking for. We need a land here. Tower say go. I imagine Waterlogged Grove. Sylvan Scrying, okay. Waterlogged Grove is interesting. We'd really like to draw a land here, please. We don't draw a land here, sad face. With our opponent having a mulligan so low, the game's not completely over, but it's not looking good. If he finds a power plant right here, probably is. Karn the Great Creator, okay. Plays his mine. Okay. I think we're just going the burn route here. Like, this puts us any 1 mana burn spell wins the game off the top. Skewer, Lava Spike, Bolt, Bump in the Night. Or Bump in the Night doesn't win the game, actually, so. Ooh, played his other tower. Get the power plant. Swiss Spear into Bump in the Night. Put you to 1, which means you can't use your Waterlogged Grove here, but that doesn't really matter because he has 3, 6, 8, 10. He has Karn, Power Plant, and now he has Karn and an Unknown in hand. He could actually do some pretty dumb stuff here if he wanted to. And he has to be able to beat the Swiss Spear first and foremost, and if he plays a creature, he straight up loses to the Searing Blaze. Trinisphere, okay. Please play your Trinisphere and have nothing else to do. Draws a card. Alright, Trinisphere wasn't good enough. Okay, so here we want our Smash to Smithereens, and we want our Skullcracks. I don't really want Fatal Pushes or Brutalities or Tormod's Crypt. In this matchup, Eidolons are basically garbage time, and Searing Blazes aren't great. Um, Try it like this. Bringing the Skullcracks to smashes, and Scourge probably won't be great here. We'd probably just rather it be another burn spell, 9 times out of 10, but we're kind of hoping that we can. Oh, excuse me. So this hand's good. Yeah, we're just gonna keep this here. We have the bolt. The Searing Blaze isn't great. It's our, well, no, I guess we have two Searing Blazes in technically, but it's one of our only two. And Skullcracks are good the rest of the way. But having to play Scourge on turn 2, because I imagine he has turn 3 Tron here if I had to guess. We're gonna say go. We'll bolt him, and then we'll play the Scourge. Yep. Make a green. Play Power Plant. Sylvan's Crying. So turn 3 Tron for sure. Um, Fetch Shock a Blood Crypt. Bolt you. Having another Skullcrack is pretty good. Put a 3/3 into play. I mean, Skullcracks and Smash to Smithereens are kind of just welcome the rest of the game here. Okay. So this is okay. He has 3 cards in his hand. They could be pretty good. Hopefully they're not, but we're not going to block, and then we're going to Skullcrack here because he thinks that doing that is going to kill our Scourge, and if we didn't have Skullcrack, he would be correct. So we turn that into a 6/6. If he doesn't have a way to get rid of our Scourge, a land off the top wins the game. Karn Liberated actually lets him exile our Scourge. Yep. A land still lets us win the game, or not win the game this turn, but a land off the top is really good for us. Okay, so drawing a land is good. I can Lava Spike Karn. Is it worth it though? 3/6/9. He's at 14. We're not going to be able to take the hits here, are we? So we're going to Lava Spike Karn and say go, so that we can have a huge Scourge of the Skyclaves here. Yeah, Kyle using the emote up. I love it. Skullcrack our opponent here. They go to 11. We go to 4. Depending on what they do this turn, we at least have a blocker next turn. Man, they have so much mana. Witchbane Orb. Okay. I didn't know people still played that in their sideboard, but okay. Kill your Karn. Say go. We get to at least hop in front here. Hopefully we get the hop in front here. Drag Tusk. No. Alright. Our opponent had a pretty good hand, and we stumbled a little bit, so I think we're just going to run it back. I don't really think we want anything else here, so I think Scourge is better than Eidolon. Easy claps, PC energy. Yeah. I'm still waiting to get some of that streamer privilege you keep talking about, Kyle. We'll keep this. This hand's really good. A land, an enabler, anything to turn on our skewers allows us to win the game on turn 3, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this hand has the potential to be insane here. So we'll shock. We'll attack for 1, put our opponent to 19. What was our opponent on 3 cards again? I would say you hate to see it, but I'd be lying. So they do have turn 3 Tron here. And this is a pretty good start here. I mean, I imagine the last card in their hand's Wormcoil Engine, if I had to guess. Only works in COD, mostly Warzone, Streamer loot, you know. Karn Liberated. That's their turn 3 play? Thank you. Thanks for playing. Woo! Not gonna lie, I am super stoked that was their turn 3 play. His mulligans must not have been great. Alright. So we're 2-0 with the old Rakdos Scourge burn pile of cards that I found on YouTube. For what it's worth, I did tweak the list a little bit, so mostly Warzone. So you're gonna sit there and tell me that you get streamer privilege for playing Warzone, but not other games. Well, hopefully when I'm playing Cold War later, there's some streamer privilege going on. Oh. Thanks for coming by and hanging out tonight, guys. Appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. Get our third match going on. Hey, we're on the play for this one. Hi and good luck. This hand's great. We're gonna fetch and shock here. We have to have a black source. Plus Luris, Fetch Shock, Blood Crypt into Swiss Spear lets a lot of people think that we're playing red black prowessy shadow kind of stuff. Red black 8 shadow or whatever people have been calling it. So Watery Grave. Inquisition. Is our opponent also playing shadow? If our opponent's playing shadow, our hand's not super great here. Okay, we have no clue what our opponent's playing. They played Watery Grave Inquisition. Yeah. I'm inclined to believe that no matter what they're playing, Searing Blaze is going to be bad and Skullcrack's going to be good, so we're going to try that and see what happens. Our opponent could be on a lot of things here. Our opponent could be on like some kind of like Grixis control list. I'm having a hard time believing that if our opponent was on Shadow, they would have conceded right there. I don't really know what their hand could have been to have made them concede on turn 2. So, I think this hand's good. We're on the draw, so I like keeping one landers on the draw. It's probably a little greedy, but I think it's worth. And notably, we have multiple 1-drops to play, so... Alright, our opponent's definitely playing. I can only assume that it's Grixis Shadow at this point. Take our Scourge. Math checks out. We're going to shock and say go. Hmm. Thought scour themselves. Tassiger? Is this a Tassiger? Okay. I like Tassiger. Idle on here seems kind of bad. Follower goal, but no sub goal. Yeah, I got rid of the sub goal. I figured I'd start with a follower goal. I thought it'd be cool to like get to 100 followers. I thought that'd be pretty cool. Bop 'em. That's right, Ben. You can put two mallets in the chat now. We're 2-0 right now. Eidolon's a little awkward on the draw here. We're forced because I'm not gonna block. I'm okay with going to 13 to try and race our opponent here, but he's gonna block. Okay. Um, this does leave. Did I skewer him? Oh, I'm such a putz. It's not what I wanted to do, but I think it does allow us to race. Maybe this is Grixis control. Maybe it's not Shadow. Definitely should have killed the Tassiger. That was just a misclick on my part. Land, please. Searing Blaze, the Jace. We're gonna say go here. Our opponent has to have Bolt or Bolt Snap Bolt here to kill us, so. What is that one? What is that? Glitch NRG. I have no idea what that means, but I like it. Is that like an NRG player or something? Nom. Sunken Ruins. What is our opponent on? This is wildly interesting. Yep. We're going to fetch a basic here, bolt our opponent, and see what they do. Play Goblin Guide? Free points. It's just another emote. Okay. Bolt our Eidolon. They got no free information off of that. That's good. They can't play anything 3 or less because they'll die to our Eidolon. Eidolon's basically bought us another turn here. He's going to attack with the Tassiger. We're going to hop in front. He's got one card in hand. Hopefully it's not a counter spell. Also, hopefully we draw a burn spell. Any burn spell will do it. Unless he has like some kind of Snapcaster Bolt effect here. Can he just buy Bolt back here? Didn't return a non-land card of an opponent's choice to your hand. Ah, so he gets to activate Tassiger here. Yep, and then I get to pick a non-land card to give him back. You can have Jace, buddy. Or can you have Jace? Have Archmage's Charm. Because you have to have untapped island in your hand to play it. Okay, so a creature does not kill him off the top. Damn. Sad days. That was a close one. Alright, so playing Grixis stuff here again. I think the way our deck is set up is really good. The Woodshed redeemed Ask Me Anything. Was there not like Yeah, this should be interesting. All right. Why is the water pressure so low? Because Carly takes 45-minute showers. That's why the water pressure is so low. Honestly, I if you mean at our apartment, the water pressure is not low in my opinion, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. If you're talking about it, Nanny's, because she lives in a house built in 1910, so that's why. Bro, put it straight on Carly. Joseph's jumping to your back. Joseph's jumping to defend you here a little bit. I think we're set up the best way here. I don't think we really want Searing Blazes for Snapcaster Mages or anything like that. Like it has to be pretty like scenario has is pretty slim where that works out for us. So this hand's really good. I like this. We'll fetch Shock Suspend Rift Bolt here. Depending on what they play here, we have Eidolon this turn, and followed up by Burn Spells and Skullcrack the rest of the game. So feels pretty good. Okay. We're gonna fetch a basic here. They're not playing Path or anything, so not super worried about them having that. Ask Carly who her favorite is. Kyle and Joseph want to know who your favorite is. Kyle asked. Ask Carly who her favorite is. She said me. Get wrecked. If you don't believe me, I will have her come over here and say that again because she literally said Zach. We'd really like to draw a land here. Drawing a land allows us to Blood Chief's Thirsty Eidolon. Okay. Drawing a land here allows us to play multiple spells in a turn. We're going to play both of our creatures here because we know we can get the points in. Why did you drag me into this? I didn't ask. Besides you, between Wally and me, I mean. So, Joseph, you're always on the annoy Carly bandwagon and ask her who her favorite is, so I don't want to hear it. That's why you get dragged into that. And Kyle says, besides you, between Wally and me, I mean, with 3 exclamation points. So, Kyle obviously would like to know. Oh, the Ask Me Anything was why is the water pressure so low? Can't believe Carly is playing games without me. Uh, I don't know what you want me to say to that, Joseph. Like, sorry. Lol. Do I know what's in their hand? A Jace? They're at 11. I think attacking here is technically wrong. So I'm just gonna say go. Goblin God maybe block. Kyle said Carly still hasn't answered. And bad Wally, that's why. Get busy with a Snapcaster Mage here, okay? Wonder if they're gonna tap out to play the Jace here. No? Okay, I'm gonna keep holding my Skullcrack then. So now we have Skullcrack number 2. So I'm gonna say go here. We have lethal. I take back taking her side. I'm with Kyle. You started World War III in the chat here. I'm just letting you know what you did. How many subs? 6 subs right now. Uh, um, it's 6. So I'm pulling in the cash money. We do have to try and win the game at some point here. Our opponent can just like continue to sit here. Play the Jace we know about. I imagine they have to have some kind of counter spell, probably Drown in the Lock. Here. I'm interested to know if they'll counter the Skull Crack. Cling to Dust. Okay. Play Swift Spear. Let's attack here and see what he does. The Woodshed has gifted 2 subs to viewers. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it, buddy. He does block. We're going to Skull Crack him here. Thanks for gifting subs, man. I appreciate it. Fatal Push. 2 J-Laws and Averia in. Loot here. Exile 5 other cards. He can snap back, cling to dust here, and gain some more life if he wants. Wish I could have kept the one from Wally, though. Man, you guys are so toxic to each other. Dang, Zach's girl didn't even get a sub. Feels bad. I have 2 cards in their hand. I'm not really sure what our opponent could be on here. We're going to play our Goblin Guide, try to win the game this turn. If not, the game's probably not looking great for us. See what they flip over here. A Fatal Push. I have a Snapcaster here. Really, we really need to. Our draws have been pretty awkward here. We really need to draw like something to turn on our Skewer the Critics here. I'd honestly really like a, well, I guess I wouldn't knowing they have a Fatal Push in their hand, but. So they have a Fatal Push. I guess the question is, are you minusing the Cling to Dust on our Goblin Guide and just gain some more life? You're going to plus, okay. So I imagine he has Counterspell and Fatal Push here. I mean, we're going to go for it. This feels like Drown in the Lock. Archmage's Charm. So we have one more out here to between. Oh, Kyle Redeemed asked me anything. Between Wally and myself, who is your favorite? Are you talking about my favorite or Carly's favorite? So our opponent has Fatal Push and an Unknown in hand. I'm going to be honest, I don't know why they haven't minus to Snap Cling to Dust. So we had a chance at drawing out and we didn't, which really sucks. Yep. Oh well. That was a pretty crappy game. I feel like we didn't really. I feel like we kind of like really bricked a couple turns that we needed to hit there. It's just unfortunate bad beats there. Maybe there was something I could have done different. You're more likely to answer this. I don't really have a favorite. I hate you both. So I know that's not the answer everybody wanted to hear, but it's definitely the answer you all are getting. Wow! I need new friends. All right, 2-1 here with the old Rakdos Scourge burn deck pile. Yes, I would like to go first, please. Oh, this hand's really good. We'll keep this. Boy, our opponent has no companion and keeps 7. Hopefully there's no more lands coming the rest of the way. Forest? Utopia Sprawl, okay. So we want to play our Bump of the Night now, just in case they do have something. I just want my 500 channel points back. I got gypped. Feels like they're playing the red-green mid-range deck. Oh, that's white. It means they're playing the Heliod combo deck, which is not a great matchup for us. Hopefully they don't have, what am I thinking of? Hopefully they don't have Auriok Champion here. That would be pretty rough. Or one of Skullcrack off the top would also be really good. A shocking here. This must be good. Okay, Spike Feeder. So they're basically going to stay at 6 here. Because they're going to go to 10. And then we're going to play this tapped. And we're going to put them back to 6. This is a really hard matchup. They just play a lot away. Have a good stream, boss. I'm going to go get ready for my trip tomorrow. Hey, good luck, man. Have a safe trip. You know, yell at me if you need anything, or no, I'm at home COVID riddled, but good luck packing and everything, boss. Collected Company, we really need not Spike Feeder and Heliod here. Gonna be honest, don't really know what we want them to have right here, but it all seems bad. Skyclave Apparition and Auriok Champion, they go to 6. Well, we're gonna play it. We really need to get away. Absolutely, I'll come back in a few weeks for the trampoline park. Yeah, absolutely, man. Sucked we didn't get to do it this time around, honestly. Ranger Captain, they go to 5. Walking Ballista, Arbor Elf, okay. Arbor Elf nets them the same at 5. Um, this isn't great for us. I don't really want to play the Goblin Guide. I don't see the point in playing the Goblin Guide right here. The only thing it does is put them to 6. And Luris doesn't really do anything for us here either. Archangel of Thune right here. It's pretty scary. Conclave Mentor is really bad here for us. Walking Ballista. It's also not great for us. So they're at 6. Oh. Yep. We might as well hop in front here. During our upkeep, you're going to fetch here. I don't know if there's anything he can do here, but... Alright. We actually got kind of lucky and drew out of that one. A little surprised. Let's see. Skull cracks are really good. Do we want fatal pushes? I don't know if we want fatal pushes. That is an excellent question. Yeah, we'll bring in some fatal pushes. We'll cut... Scourge doesn't seem great here. Yeah, they get a ton of life. Yeah, that seems hard to bring in to leave in Scourge. Double Searing Blaze is really good here. Wish we had a Skull Crack, but that's really good. Our opponent mulligans. We're going to keep this and hope that Double Searing Blaze is just good enough to carry us through right here. Our opponent keeps on 6. Lead on Swift Spear. Basic Forest means they cannot play Auriok Champion on turn 2. So, that's something. I'm going to leave both of our fetch lands in our hands so that we can guarantee play both of our Searing Blazes at instant speed. That may not come up and may not be super relevant, but... Conclave Mentor is not great. That is not great for us. Them gaining the life is pretty bad. Yeah, they go back to 15, then or 17, then they go to 15 here. So they can't play Spike Feeder here, which is good for us. Heliod, okay. We're just going to play our Idol on and attack for 1 here. The only thing that's bad for us here is Collected Company, so we have Fatal Push at the ready to kind of do whatever we need to with a fetch land. So... Yep. Whoa! They completely bricked on Collected Company. Let's go. We take those. We're going to fetch for Blood Crypt here into turn. Alright. This is, as Jeff Logan likes to say, we're doing it, chat. We're doing it. Because Skullcrack and Searing Blaze here at the ready is, like, feels like we can't lose. They're going to test that theory with another Collected Company here, that's for sure. Searing Blade's the one that they're trying to gain life with, and then when they go to gain life with the other one, man, they had to hit double Spike Feeder there, didn't they? Jesus Christ, and they did it. I mean, unfortunately, there's nothing else we can do here. Yeah, we needed to have Bolt there, too, to interact. I mean, if we Skullcrack before their collected company, they just do it during our upkeep, so there's nothing we can really do about that either. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Well, at least we get to be on the play for this one. Anytime they assemble the combo like that, there's just nothing we can do about it. We're just going to run it back the same way it is. Fatal Push is okay, but not great, so that's why we have a couple, but not all three. Yeah, Luris. We're going to keep this. This hand's pretty good. Goblin Guide's a good start. And having Idle on here is pretty good, so... Come on. I know you're going to let me attack for information here. Might as well just let me do it. Yep. Path. Yes. Take a basic. Play Eidolon. Say go. Even if they have Auriok Champion here, we have Skullcrack, so they definitely have Auriok Champion here. We're just going to go ahead and fire off all of our spells here. Now, I know I said this last game, but it feels like we're in a pretty commanding position here. It feels like it's going to be tough to lose this one. Another Auriok Champion is a tough scene. We have Skullcrack for the first one, but we don't for the second one, which is less than ideal. I'm not going to attack here. We drew a card and we hesitated for so long that he knows it's a bluff. So I don't see a point in going for it here. Ranger Captain of Eos is great. He goes to 4, then he goes to 5. Don't know why I clicked out of that. Yep, he goes to 5. Then he's going to search for a card. That's irrelevant because we're going to search for we're going to fetch our last basic here. I'm just curious to know if he attacks. Interesting. I mean, makes sense. We play a lot of things that say deal 3 damage. This is one great thing about Searing Blaze here in this spot is that it is, even if they sack the captain, we still get the 3 points. One great thing about Searing Blaze as opposed to Searing Blood is that you kind of just get that. And then he goes to 2, and then we have Bolt in our hand, so. Plus, they're also idle unlocked being at 2, so. Alright, well, that makes us 3-1 with the old Rakdos Scourge burn deck. It's playing pretty well. It feels pretty good tonight. Got our last match here. Alright, good luck. Yes, we'll be on the play. Show Luris. This hand's really good. We'll keep this. I don't know what our opponent's on, but I don't see a reason to fetch Shock on turn 1 here, especially having to play Eidolon. So I think we're just going to fetch a basic and play Swiss Spear here. Our opponent's on 6. They took a mulligan, which is good for us. Plus this draw, well, I guess without the Luris represents that we're playing blue-red Prowess 2, blue-red Blitz Prowess, whatever you want to call it. Castle Garenbrig, okay, that only means a couple things. We'll play the Sunbait Canyon and the Eidolon. We'll both be at 18. Whatever they play, they have to take damage off of, which feels pretty good for us because next turn we can go Bolt, Skewer, Suspend, Rift Bolt. Yeah, this feels like a great turn for us here. Secure Tribe Scout. Okay, we're definitely gonna kill that. So we're gonna play Eidolon. We're gonna bolt that. Yield the Prowess. We're getting kind of low here, so the only thing that this punishes us with is if we draw a bump in the night here. Secure a Tribe Scout. I haven't seen people playing that card in a long time. Feels like we've kind of just went back to playing old school Amulet Titan here. Them gaining 3 here like this, or gaining 2 isn't really great for us. Pick up the Radiant Fountain. I think they're actually just dead here, no matter what they do, So we did draw a card that punishes us here, but it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter what they block. They take 4 and die here. Okay, against this matchup, I think we want Skullcracks, and I think we'll bring in a one of Fatal Push. Just kind of helps with the matchup here. We'll try it like this. Scourge also seems really good in this matchup just because it can get as big as Titan, or if not bigger, which is one of the big problems that Burn has, is that once you get onto the field against Titan, against Amulet Titan, or Primeval Titan, it's just impossible to catch back up because it's just a 6/6 that you can't beat. So this hand could be great, but I don't think I'm willing to take that chance, especially since our opponent kept on 7. This seems more reasonable. Keep this, put the mountain back. If they play a Fatal Push, or if they play a 1-drop, we can Fatal Push the Tribe Scout here. Play the Swiss Spear. We're going to save the other fetch land for Revolt and for Landfall with Searing Blaze. Explorer's pretty good draw. Growth Chamber allows them to play their Breeding Pool next turn. We're gonna cast this attack. Hope they don't have a Radiant Fountain here. They can't turn on their castle yet, which is pretty good for us. They do have 4 mana here. Trade the Scourge for a Walking Ballista. That seems pretty reasonable in this spot. Yeah, I'd do that too, honestly. It's not good for us because it also means we can't use our Searing Blaze. We're going to attack for 1. This has been a pretty slow hand from us. We could have skewered there. I think I'd rather hold up Searing Blaze and the Fatal Push here. And then next turn we can try to have a pretty big turn. So Bounce Land here's a problem. Crumbling Vestige is also a problem because it allows them to have 6 mana. Good news is we can't die from here. Do they not have... Do they not make a green there? Do they not have enough to make Castle Garenbrig? If they did that wrong and they can't make Castle Garenbrig, this is great. Oh, they can. Okay, so they have a green floating. Okay. Got excited for nothing. How's double XP going? Mm. Prime time. They could have a lot of things here that are bad for us. Yeah, but like the worst part is that they get to get lands twice. Be nice if we could fatal push this, but you know. I suppose you can't have it all. They get to hit us for 8. Gain a couple life, probably make a blocker if I had to guess. Get a growth chamber and a Valakut. Okay, interesting. Yep, we take 8. So this actually works out really well for us. Yep. Kill our Swiss Spear, which is fine. We're going to fetch during our upkeep. So we actually get to take all of their stuff off the field here because we are going to do that. Then we're going to Searing Blaze that. Then we're going to Fatal Push this guy. And then we're going to go to 4 here and do this. And then they have to pay for the pact on their upkeep. So we're playing a little bit of Rakdos control here. Doesn't feel great, but it's okay. They get Dryad of the Elysian Grove, which is unbelievably annoying. Oh, they didn't play a pact. So that's not good. They're going to bolt us there. They get to play an additional land and bolt us again. Okay, that sucks. I don't know why, but I thought they played a pack there for some reason. I guess I didn't. What a fatal push was pretty good. I still think we want all of the. I think we just want it the way we have it set up right now. Play a game 3 here against Amulet Titan. Sholuris. This hand's good. We'll keep this. We'll use one of our fetch lands here to get a mountain. We'd like to thin the deck as much as possible. Goblin Guide, swing in, reveal engineered explosives. Oh lord. Tribe Scout. Nope. Explosives for one. Okay. Summoner's Pact. Okay. Our opponent's at 13. We have 6 points in our hand and 3 points suspended. They're either forced to take their turn 2 off or let us hit again. Let us hit again it is. Do 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 do. We're gonna suspend this. We have lethal. We just need our opponent to play a creature here so that we can get lethal. Reveal summon Simic Growth Chamber. I like Explore. I feel like Explore is an interesting card. I also like that it stacks. And that when you cast it, you can play multiple lands if you play multiple Explorers. It's one of the things I really enjoy about it. Um, Hopefully our opponent plays like a Tribe Scout, and a Azusa Dryad here, something that allows us to win the game. Forest, Summoner's Pack. This smells like a Dryad. Obstinate Baloth. Okay. It's a little more of a problem, but Skullcrack would be sweet right here in response, but now we're just forced to find one more burn spell here. We're going to go ahead and fetch. We're just going to go upstairs, because if we draw it, we win. I'm willing to take this thing off the field. Amulet of Vigor is not good. He's going to block. We're going to Searing Blaze this. Play our land. Hope we don't die. Oh, he has to pay for Summoner's Pact. This is even better. So there's absolutely 0 ways that we die here. He pays for Pact. If he doesn't have an untapped land, plays Simic Growth Chamber. Picks up Forest here. Alright, deck. So the question is, do we fetch here in hopes of thinning the deck for a burn spell? Or do we save it in case we draw Searing Blades and we have to play that at instant speed? There's 3 Searing Blazes left in the deck. I think we're going to hold it, just in case. And we draw Skullcrack. Alright, our opponent's a good sport there. 4-1 with our Rakdos Burn Scourge list. I felt like the deck was pretty sweet. Honestly, I kind of liked it a lot, actually. Eidolon and Scourge play really well together because not only is it taking down your opponent's life total, but it's taking ours down too. And we're only playing 3 Blood Crypts, so always having ways to take down your life total isn't exactly easy. but you can fetch and shock pretty aggressively. There's 9 fetch lands. Sunbake Canyon helps with that. It's pretty sweet. Scourge plays pretty well with all the burn spells, I feel like. The sideboard, I don't really know what I would change in the sideboard if I'm being honest. You could talk me into playing Soul Guide Lanterns over Tormod's Crypts in the sideboard. I think 3 Skullcracks is necessary, and I think if you're not playing 3 Skullcracks, you need to be on like Reign of Gore or something like some kind of stopping gain life effect. Smash to Smithereens is necessary with as many 1-drops as we're playing against Chalice and other artifact decks. Fatal Push is solid removal, and Collective Brutality is good against any other burn, aggressive, aggro strategy. The deck's pretty sweet. We're gonna take that was a pretty quick league here. We'll probably try to get one more in, or we might play some arena. Kind of depends. I'm gonna take about a 5-minute break here. If there's something that you guys want me to play, throw it up in the chat, and I'll see if we can get a list together. Maybe we can play some games with